Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we're making a Spanish recipe that's not only packed with a ton of flavors, but it's the kind of food that's gonna fill you with so much goodness. We're talking Spanish lentil and cod stew. This is known as just lentejas con bacalao. Now the beauty of this recipe, besides the fact that it's easy to make and made with simple heart-healthy ingredients, is that it comes together in about 40 minutes, yet those lentils feel like they've been simmering for hours. Folks, this is the perfect dish for a busy weeknight, or even for a relaxed weekend lunch. Either way, make sure to enjoy it next to a crunchy baguette and a bottle of Spanish wine for the ultimate dining experience. Alright, let's begin by getting our ingredients ready. I'm going to finely chop one medium-sized onion, roughly chop 4 cloves of garlic, finely chop 1 red bell pepper, and cut 2 carrots that have been peeled, each into small bite-sized pieces. Then we'll finely grate 2 tomatoes to end up with half a cup of tomato sauce, which is 120 grams. You can also use canned tomato sauce here, or even passata. And add in 1 cup of dried lentils into a fine sieve, which is 130 grams. And rinse the lentils under some water. I'm using green lentils here, but you can also use the brown ones. And like I've told you in the past, when you're working with dried lentils, you don't have to soak them overnight. You just give them a quick rinse and you're ready to go. For the next step, let's start cooking up our dish. I'm going to heat a stock pot with a medium heat and add in a generous 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 35 milliliters. After a couple minutes, we'll add in the chopped ingredients except for the grated tomato. And as always, we'll mix the ingredients around continuously. That way they don't brown too quickly and everything evenly sautés. After about 3 to 4 minutes, and the onion is nice and translucent, and the rest of the vegetables lightly sautéed, I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 2.5 grams, and half a teaspoon of ground cumin, which is 1.5 grams. And we'll give it a quick mix, that way those spices are evenly mixed into the vegetables. As always, the Spanish paprika I'm using is from Kiva, link where you can get some in the description box below, and if you buy from that link, you also get 25% off your order. Then we'll add in the grated tomato, and we'll give it a mix, and then simmer it for a few minutes. After 3 to 4 minutes, and the grated tomato has slightly thickened, we'll add in the drained lentils and 1 liter of vegetable broth, which is 4 1/4 cups. You can also use chicken broth here, beef broth, or even water. Either way, link on how to make my homemade veggie broth in the description box below. Then we'll add in 1 bay leaf, turn it up to a high heat, and give it a gentle mix. Once it comes to a boil, we'll place the lid on the stock pot and lower the fire to a low heat, and we're going to simmer this for about 20 minutes or until those lentils are just cooked through. Important to check the package instructions in the lentils you're using, that way you cook them right on the money. In the meantime, let's get the rest of the elements ready to put this dish together. I'm going to add in 2 cloves of garlic that I roughly chopped into a mortar, along with 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley, which is 8 grams, and a kiss of sea salt. And using a pestle, we'll pound down on the ingredients until we make a paste-like texture. Then we'll add in 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, which is 15 milliliters, and give it a mix until it's well mixed together, and then set it aside. Then we'll add a couple cod fillets over some paper towels and pat them completely dry. The size of the fillets I'm using are 7 ounces, which is 200 grams each. And I am using cod here that are about frozen and thawed out, but you can also use the fresh stuff here, as well as any other type of firm white fish. Then we'll drizzle the fillets with a kiss of extra virgin olive oil, and rub the oil all over the fish. And we'll season each fillet with some sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper, and you want to do this on both sides. For the next step, let's start cooking up our fish. I'm going to grab a non-stick grilling pan and heat it with a medium heat. If you don't have a grilling pan, just use a standard non-stick pan. After 5 to 6 minutes, and the pan is nice and hot, we'll add in the cod fillets. And we're gonna go for about 3 minutes per side here until the fillets of cod are perfectly cooked through. Once the fillets of cod are cooked, we'll remove them from the pan and then set them aside, covered with some foil paper, that way they stay nice and warm. Okay, let's move back to the lentils. After simmering them for about 20 minutes, they should be perfectly cooked through. You know, you can always give them a try just to ensure they're done. If you see that yours need more time, you simmer them for a bit longer and add in more liquid as needed. For the final step, I'm going to season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it one final mix until everything's well mixed together. And like I've told you in the past, when you're working with dried beans, you want to season them after they're cooked. If you season them beforehand, it's going to take them longer to cook and they might end up with a tougher texture. Then we'll remove the stock pot from the heat. Transfer some of the stew into a shallow bowl. Top it off with one of the cod fillets and some of the parsley and garlic sauce. And check it out, our Spanish lentil and cod stew is done. Lentejas con bacalao, restaurant quality presentation, super easy to make, and all done in about 40 minutes. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, lentejas con bacalao. This I am so excited to try. Check that out. Here we go. That is delicious. Look how beautiful. For me, that right there is what honest home cooking is all about. We got very simple ingredients and we got so much flavor out of this. And for me, the real winner is that it came together in about 40 minutes, yet it feels like it's been simmering for hours. Folks, give this a try. Once again, next to a crunchy baguette and a bottle of Spanish red wine. More specifically from the region of La Rioja, you're gonna have yourself one of the best meals ever. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Jordan Force, Kevin Moran, Lisa Larea, and Marco Steenbergen. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.